This is a Texas stop sign.
Anytime there's smoke coming out of a metal container, you're assuming that it's barbecue, and you can't help but look and want to come check it out or come see what you got, what the person's cooking.
And what Bradrick Cooper is cooking is mouth-watering Texas-style barbecue.
We call it Big Mouth, because when you open it up, it looks like it says, "Feed me."
It's comfort food for carnivores.
That's how we know it's done. It's bending over like that.
Just over 14 years ago, Cooper, or Coop as people call him, discovered these brick oven pits in Lemon Grove.
When I saw these pits, I was just like, it's on. So it was like the chimes of heaven just said, "Ooh."
There's a lot of history in those pits.
These pits have got to be almost 40 years old. The person that built them was from the Fargo's family, which was a barbecue spot that was in the 80s. Fires down low. Your first rack is about right here, so you got about a good 3 feet of smoke and heat coming up into the meat. So we do a process of grilling and smoking at the same time, and I think it gives our meat a little bit more flavor. You can't make these pits anymore. They can't be made. These are grandfathered in. They're very unique. Not very many of them in the United States. Give me a brick oven pit any day and I'll go up against anybody.
And he'd probably win based on what I've tasted.
How is it?
It's delicious.
Coop cooks in these pits almost every day, serving up what he calls legendary barbecue at Coop's West Texas Barbecue in Lemon Grove. It's barbecue done the way his father taught him in Texas.
Texas barbecue in general is a dry rub. We season our meat, smoke it, and we serve it alongside of a good barbecue sauce. So we never really put the barbecue sauce on the meat.
That's so you can taste the meat and judge Coop's skill as a pit master. Coop never planned to run a restaurant until he saw these pits in 2010. One of his first customers encouraged him to list his business on Yelp.
I didn't even know what Yelp was, and they loved it. They gave me 5-star review before I knew it. This place was full of white folks. It was.
But as with many businesses, Coop's faced challenges during COVID.
I guess like people who went through the Great Depression, they'll never forget it. COVID, I believe, for our generation, that's one of those things that will never be forgotten. For us, we stayed open. We couldn't afford to close. We felt like superheroes, like we were wearing capes when we were here every day, and people were coming in, getting the food.
The toughest part, though, was post-COVID.
Coop's has always been considered a barbecue destination. People coming from all over Southern California, North County.
So not only were costs up, but business was down because higher gas prices led people to seek barbecue closer to home.
23 was the worst year ever. I mean, it was like a ghost town around here. Nobody was moving around. Pretty much getting ready to close our doors in March of 24.
But when he posted that he'd be closing, people suddenly lined up down the block.
And so I'm bending over, got tears coming out my eyes. When I come up, I was like, "Where you guys been?" And everybody starts laughing. And I was like, "Nah, man, as funny as it sounds," I said, "I'm serious." I said, "Man, we've been cooking all this wonderful food and nobody's been coming to eat it."
That support inspired Coop to experiment with a new business plan.
I'm going to do it like a Texas barbecue joint. I'm going to open up Friday, Saturday, Sunday, serving you guys fresh barbecue, 10 to 3, or when we sell out, hopefully we sell out every weekend.
And while the lines haven't stretched down the block again, Coop has been able to keep himself and his hard-working 3-person staff employed.
We're not out of the red yet, but we're still open, and I thank God for that. As long as He gives me the energy, the desire, the passion that I have for doing this, I'm gonna keep doing it.
All right, order for Lenny.
Coop always has classics like brisket and ribs on the menu, but he also experiments with creations like smoked chicken enchilada pie or barbecue spaghetti.
This is a mixture of barbecue sauce and spaghetti sauce. Once this is hot enough, we'll throw cheese in here and just let it melt on top. And right before we throw it on the noodles, we'll mix the cheese all up and mix the sausage, and voila, barbecue spaghetti.
Hope that whets your appetite. And apologies that you can't taste or smell what's coming out of those brick pits. Beth Accomando, KPBS News.